All right, guys. Hi, welcome. Coach Lauren, Team Fit to Be Happy weekly call, October 20th. Thank you for joining. We're definitely going to keep this call to 30 minutes because we need to be done by 9 o'clock for Coach Todd's special guest call that I want you guys to join on after this one. But I just want to go ahead and say congrats to those of you that are crushing it for the October Dash. The teams are doing an awesome job. And I am super excited. Seems like there might be not a two-way tie, but you guys are definitely giving each other a run for the money. So I'm eager to see who's going to win those free t-shirts and other prizes. And also, there is still, we have 11 days. There's still 11 days to hit Success Club 10. So do not give up. You will be amazed at what you set your mind to and what you can accomplish. And that's part of what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk to you guys about goals. I want to make this an interactive call because all too often you get preached at and we talk about goal setting and we say do this, do that, and I don't really see that from you guys. So I want to take some intimate time with you and just say, let's talk about goals. Goals can be the big ones. They call them the big, hairy, scary goals. Those are your future, a year from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever. Those are the ones that you're scared to write down because you're scared of them not coming true. And I say that because I know that myself personally. I listened to the National Wake Up Call this week, and there were a couple things that kind of stuck out to it for me. And I think the one thing that just really prompted me was kind of getting out of my own way and actually setting a goal. I have this little thing I like to, I not say, but I like to go by, is that when it comes to goal setting, you're supposed to set a goal, say it out loud, and then tell someone. So I don't want it to be too obnoxious, but I would love for you guys to take about a minute or two of your time. I don't want to, drill you guys on how to write goals and what you should be writing, but I basically want you to think about this week, next week, a month from now, the end of the year, come 2016, what do you want for yourself personally and for your business and how those two go together? What do you want to accomplish? And let's write them down right now because I want you guys to share those. Because again, I believe in writing them down, saying them out loud, and telling someone. And the reason is I wholeheartedly believe this because I think as a Beachbody coach, it taught me to, number one, it inspired me again. But number two, if you really set your mind to it, it happens. So goal setting is pivotal in this business to really hitting those goals is that you have to envision it. So if you don't have an envision, let's do it right now. Don't overthink it. Don't complicate it. Think about what you want. Think about what you want your day-to-day look like. Think about what you want, your month to look like. Think about how you want your job to look. If you want to retire yourself from your job, or you don't want to have to go to the 9 to 5, or if you are a stay-at-home mom, what do you want your business to look like when you've really come up with a good schedule that really works for you guys? So hopefully that's enough. I don't want to lecture you guys. I want to give you just kind of a couple minutes just to think about it. Again, don't overthink it. Try to at least come up with 3. Try to think currently, what do you want to happen maybe by the end of this week, or maybe this week isn't going so well and you want next week to look a little bit different. What can be a goal that would get you to that? And then think about how you want to maybe finish off the rest of the year. And most importantly, for yourself and for your business, what does coaching mean to you? So what is a goal of yours as a coach in this business and on this team? What is it that draws you to this business and what you see yourself becoming in it? So if anyone is already done, you can go ahead and speak up, but if you want, I can give you guys a little bit of background music and give you another minute or two. We want another minute? I'll give you guys a minute. Let me toss in some music, and then I'll give you guys a second to write that down. Star, welcome. I'm asking everyone to set a goal, and we're going to talk about it. Set a couple goals. All right, music, if I can get back to it. Do-do-do-do.
I've been trying to do it right, living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead, sleeping in my bed, sleeping in my bed. So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed. I don't know where I belong, I don't know where I went wrong. I can write a song. I belong, you belong in my sweet home. I belong, you belong in my sweet home. I don't think you're right for him. What it might have been. You could bust Chinatown, standing on canal, Bowery. She's standing next to me. I belong, you belong in my sweet home. I belong, you belong in my sweet home.
All right, you guys kind of look like you're ready. I will be first because usually I feel like I forget to even talk about myself. And I'm going to start with the easier stuff and move up to the big, hairy, scary goals. I think for me, number one is 5 workouts a day, whether that's first thing in the morning at 5:30 a.m. or making it a priority every single week to plan based on what my schedule is when those workouts will happen. So that is definitely a priority for me. And with that, it kind of goes in with conquering my time. Again, weekly, sometimes it's different. I kind of know the base of my schedule, but every week's a little different. So I really try on Sunday nights to kind of plan out my week and where I'm going to fit in the time for my business. So the consistency with that is definitely a goal. Another one is complete my personal development book that I started reading before November 1st. That is so hard to do because I can't tell you how many books I started and I didn't finish. So I'm saying it out loud so that you guys can help hold me to that. I want to continue to put friendships first, and that means with my personal and, the new place that I live in and really kind of balancing that, personal and business time. Success Club 10, no excuses. I've had the last 2 months of not hitting Success Club 10, and that's kind of hurt my, I guess, not self-esteem, but it's hurting my business. And I want to get back to where I know I can be. Which also goes into I want my business to be consistently $2,000 a month, and I want to stay there. And then a big, hairy, scary goal is to become a full-time PiYo instructor and eventually maybe years down the road be a master trainer for Beachbody. I think would be really cool. So does anyone else want to go ahead and say what their goals are? Go ahead and speak up. I'm going to mute myself.
Lauren, I'll go. This is Allison.
Hey, Allison, go ahead, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna walk outside because I have my whole family here. Just a minute. All right, so mine are pretty simple, but really talked about wanting to share my story, and I had a goal for that for August, and I haven't done that yet. So as of November 18th, I'll be a coach for a year, and I think it's about time that I share my story. So I think I really need to embrace that and just make a video like you did and go ahead and share it with everybody. So that's my first goal. My second goal is really to make Success Club 10 for the rest of the year, if not every month, I guess you could say. Now that I'm Emerald, I've really seen it, made a difference in my business. So just the $14 here and there, it's added up to be quite a bit just by being Emerald. So I think that's huge. The other thing I want to do is send both of my kids to preschool. Camden's in preschool Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I really want to get Mila in too, so I really have time to myself. I really don't have any time to myself besides early mornings and late nights. I'd really have some daytime time to kind of work on the business and move it forward. And then kind of a hairy, scary goal of mine is in 6 months, I want to be diamond. So I really am trying to push that, and that's where I'm trying to head. So that's about it for right now.
Yay, Allison. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And I love that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone and kind of becoming your own in that. And I am super stoked about what's to come for you, girl. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else ready to go next? Please jump on. Come on. Don't be shy.
I'll go. Mine are to hit Success Club, I'm going to say 10. Well, I'd like to continue through December to hit Success Club at least 5, because then it'll be 12 months. So that's like a all-star or something. So that would be exciting. And then next year, in addition, I want to shoot for 10 every month. I haven't hit that every month this year, but doesn't mean I can't make that record for next year. I want to make the New Leader Conference next year. I think you have to be under a 2-star diamond and become a 2-star diamond by a certain time this year. There's different qualifications. So I guess I want to make the one that would be based on next year's work. I don't think I can make the one, sorry to say, but just being realistic. But that would be a goal for mine. If I can't make this one, I would like to make the one after. I just think
wrong with realistic goals. So I think that's the key to goals, and why we don't like to write them down is because we set goals that are unrealistic. So I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that.
Okay. Well, so I'd like to make it like aim next year to make that, and maybe even try for Premier or Elite. But I would have to do, I said that in the beginning of this year, but I didn't really pay attention to what the requirements were. I just kind of make my business work really well, and that's good, but I think I need to kind of map it out a little bit better and know what I need to do each month, because when I do that, I seem to accomplish it better. And then my biggest goal is to not have to go back to a 9-to-5. I'd like to replace my old income for my accounting positions. And I guess the biggest thing for me right now is working on some deeper posts and really sharing myself more. I feel like I can do that with people I know well, but when I'm posting it on Facebook, I still hide behind it, the scare of, being annoyed or something. So I'm really working on that. And I think personal development's helping with that. So those are my goals.
Nicole, I love it. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Who wants to go next?
I'm happy to go. Laura. So I made the poster.
I love it. I almost was going to do that, and I was like, I don't have time. I love that you thought what I was thinking. That's awesome.
I was an elementary school teacher originally, so. I love it. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of goals. Success Club 10 every month. To me, that's like a non-negotiable that I want to do. So I have gotten Success Club 10 every month since I started coaching. However, and I'm still in my warm market, so that scares me actually, because I know at some point that dries up. But so I didn't do the before and after shot on Beachbody, so I wasn't getting leads, and I was really annoyed by it. So now this is the first month where I'm getting leads, Shakeology leads, and I'm like, this is, money. Like, so I want to keep getting money. So that's that goal. And then I'd like to be diamond by January of 2016. I'm positioned with coaches since I didn't know what I was doing. So all I need is for someone to really start coaching, and then I can, get my husband. And so I think I could get there. I'd like to consistently be earning $500 or more a month from here on out, and then obviously I'll up that as it makes sense. But right now my goals for financially are to pay for my Shakeology and my husband's, as well as, and I've got that, and I am just drowning in overwhelm feeling from being a mom and a housewife and a worker and blah blah blah. And so I want a cleaning lady. that's my big goal. I want to take something off the plate.
That sounds awesome.
And then I just have a couple other ones. I haven't been doing personal development, so I talked with Julie, and we've got a little club going, her and I, where we're each trying to do our 10 minutes a day. We talk almost every day, so we're just checking in with each other.
That's great.
And then in terms of the rest, it's Shakeology every day, working out every day, and I'd like to be 140 pounds by April of next year.
That's awesome, girl. I like your goals, and I love the visual. You got to hang that up where you can see it.
It took two.
That's awesome. That's
all right.
Fine. Hang that up so you see it every day. All right, who's going to go next?
I can go. So my first goal is to make Success Starters. As of today, I made Club 5 this month, which is yay. I'm trying to do better at following my meal plan because I like carbs. And I'm going to work out every day, learn more about the business so it's not so overwhelming. Finish 2 books, personal development books, by the end of the year. And I've almost got a coach. Well, we're working on the coach thing, Lauren. I have something else to tell you about that. But I'm hoping to maybe be Emerald Coach. I would shoot by the end of January, give myself a couple of months. And then my long-term goal is to help start saving for a house so we can move out of this wonderful apartment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great goals. Who wants to go next? There's 2 people left. Star.
I'll go, but Chris is making Shakeology right now, so the blender's going in the background, so I'm like, come on.
That's all right.
Is it bothering you? Can you guys hear it?
No, I don't hear it. You're good.
Okay. All right. My short-term goals are just to get back on track. I feel like I've just been sick. I've just had just a rough couple of weeks, and I feel like I've been on such a steady, consistent path, I guess, since Summit, and I've just been feeling overwhelmed and stressed. And I think it's sort of when you skip one workout, the next day it's so much harder to work out, and I feel like I'm kind of losing my momentum with Beachbody right now, and I hate that feeling because I swore I was never going to get into this kind of rut again right now. So I'm I know what I need to do, and I just know I need to refocus on personal development and the 3 vital behaviors. But that's my short-term goal for this week. I just need to get everything organized again. And my big goals, just like Nicole, I really want to go to that New Leader Conference. So I would love to be 2-star diamond. I obviously don't think that's happening by the end of this year, but it's something to focus on next year. And then we talked about too, the elite thing, that's something we finally really understand what goes into it. So I would love to really concentrate on that. That's something you really need to work on from January on. So I would love to do that. And I'm really just trying to concentrate on growing my cold market too. That's just a whole new thing for me. That's something I did not concentrate on from the beginning. I was very, very lucky with my warm market and friends of friends and referrals. And so just really concentrating. I've been trying to put a lot into Instagram and just kind of focusing on building a cold market. That's a big goal of mine.
Star, I've been watching it and it looks really fantastic. I've definitely seen a difference in your openness and your crafted posts. Are not crafted in a bad way, but you have a lot more intention behind it, and I can see it coming through. So you are doing a really good job with that.
Thank you. I've just been researching it a lot and just trying to understand it, but sometimes I put too much thought into things.
That looks good.
I'll say it after we all talk about our goals. So I'll say it.
All right. It says Rick. I know it's not Rick. Christina, you want to go?
Yeah, I guess Rick used the Zoom last time.
Yeah, no worries.
I left his name on there. So I wrote down for like my first immediate goal that by October 26th, I want to have, between Rick and I both, 6 challenge packs sold. We have a clean eating group going right now. I set a 7-day one. I think I finally have gotten a script that I like. It's really interactive in there this time. We've done 2 5-day ones that were so-so, but like we're building our skills with just communicating with them. And so I've got 65 in there for that clean eating group. And the last 2 groups had like 10 or 12. So, I mean, I think getting 6 seems reasonable, and I've got some that, you know, are hopefully interested. So that's our short term. And then by the end of the year, because of the time of the year that Rick and I both joined, if I wanted to, you know, hit Success Club 5 for 3 months so that we get the tickets to Summit.
That's awesome. Cool.
So Rick's got his first month, so this is my first full month, so that's why I'm like feeling the pressure from this group. And we weren't going to do a second group this month, but the first group at the beginning of the month just nothing came of it. So I just pushed really hard in the cold market, really, with Facebook ads to get more people into this group.
Awesome. You can do it. I said you can do it.
And then I think my big goal is really, and probably this is what Rick would say his goal for me is that to really be a product of the product when it comes to fitness, because, you know, and exercise every day. Because eating wise, we're doing great, especially when I have a group going, because I feel very accountable to them to do a good job. But it's easy to come home and skip exercise because, you know, I've got the 7 to 4:30 job and a 2-hour commute, so it's easy to skip that. So that's like my big goal.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. You guys, I love that you did this, and I know it's kind of tedious and a pain to do on a team call, but I just feel like all too often we say what to do, but we don't actually do it. And I think you all kind of spoke for it, and I think it was on the National Wake Up Call that I really liked, that you do have to be product of the product, and that when you do follow the 3 vital behaviors, the rest of your business just follows. So just truly and honestly, if you are doing those 3 factors with being the proof the product works, you're inviting as many and as often as you can. And basically for me, I just really call that sharing what you're doing. It's just a natural reflection of you doing your workouts, doing your Shakeology, and working on yourself. And then the biggest one is obviously the personal development and really taking the time, whether it's watching the videos or listening to the National Wake Up Call or plugging into these groups, and finding a book, you know. So anyways, I want to throw out really quick, if you have not watched the Super Saturday video, or you were not at Super Saturday, please watch that video. There was an incredible speaker that gave some awesome tips on how to run a challenge group. And I personally have been thinking a lot about what is so different about my business this year than it was last year, is that I ran challenge groups a certain way, and I've kind of gotten away from that. And the thing on the National Wake Up Call too was that, you know, you want to attract the people that are most like you, because you're like-minded in how your thought process is. And for so long, I think I kind of changed to form it more to what it fit for other people and not so much myself. And my groups were so much more personally, from a weight loss standpoint, successful because I ran them a certain way. So I'm really going to get back to the heart of my challenge groups and how I used to run them, but I really liked the tips from the Super Saturday video on how to run a challenge group and the inviting process. I really liked how she pointed out an ongoing inviting list. And there was one thing I liked. She said, so people are not surprised when you reach out to them. I like the ongoing list because we are inviting people to challenge groups every month. And then sometimes we start to get desperate and we randomly start to reach out to random people. And I thought about it when I heard it on the video, and I was like, oh yeah, that is probably kind of weird and random when I'm like, oh, by the way, you want to join my clean eating group? And they're like, I've never been interested in that before. Thanks for contacting me. You know, it makes it kind of awkward and odd. So it is about building relationships and getting to know people so that when you get to the point of inviting, you have a purpose and they're not surprised or kind of taken blindsided by that. Another thing I want to point out to you guys, there is registration for Fall Classic. or not Fall Classic, but for the Team Cup that's coming in November. Registration is open today. Last year it was 2 people on a team. This time it's 3 people on a team, and you have to have 1 diamond coach. Or you're only allowed 1 diamond coach on each team. I think you can still join a team of just coaches or coaches in an emerald, but you can only have 1 diamond on the team. Think about that, and we'll talk more about that probably next week too, because that's going to start on November 1st. Also, new programs, if you have not seen the videos on them and you're not thinking about it, the 22 course, how do you even say it? Tony Horton's new workout is going to be 22 minutes. Check out that video. And then also, if you are not thinking about hammer and chisel, it may not be your program, but it is coming out. And I think there's been a lot of hype coming out of it. Me personally, I relate to it because before I had kids, I was a gym goer and I lifted really heavy. And that was like the kind of program I would have gone to before ever having kids. So for me personally, it speaks to me. And that's the other thing in the National Wake Up Call that I really liked, is it was all about being product of the product. Taking a program from beginning to end, taking a before and after picture, and her just saying that her business grew so much after years of being a coach. It multiplied far beyond what it was right before she started, kind of having this aha moment and sticking to a program to where it is right now. And it truly is because you have to be proof of the product, and that it just kind of speaks for itself. So if you haven't picked a program, pick one, stick to it before the end of the year, pick something. I have never truly completed 21 Day Fix Extreme. So I'm picking that program to do from beginning to end. And I'm hopefully, because I'm going to be working that into hammer and chisel. I think the release date too, they said is December 14th. So I don't think it's the 1st of December. I think it's a couple weeks in. So just a date so you guys know that. One other thing that I was really excited about, but it's not coming out till 2016, is the My Challenge Group Tracker app. It is going to be freaking awesome. You won't have to be worried about people being on Facebook, and you'll be able to track whether people are drinking their Shakeology because they have to log it in every day, or they're doing their workouts because they have to log it in every day, and you can see it. That's something you don't get off of Facebook unless someone goes on and posts and says that they did it. So that's all I have for you guys. Anyone want to have any quick questions or want to add anything? Now's your time. Go ahead, unmute yourself or raise your hand. Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
All right. So I had 2 ideas off of what Laura was saying before. What if we did like a book club where we read a book together and really, really, really like talked about like each chapter, or like had to like check in or post something, and like, I mean, I know, like, I feel like we've tried doing this in, like, other ways before, but, like, what if we really, really, really tried, like, sticking with, like, a book club about it and, like, really reading a personal development book together as a team?
I would love that. I would be down for it. I know we've tried it before, and I'll keep trying until it works. So I'm down for that. I would love that. We just need to figure out.
All right, let me think about what sort of method would, like, actually work or whatever with it.
Yeah, we need a book that everyone will agree to. I mean, I'd love to. We could start for November.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
And then one other idea I had is, what do you think about doing, there was this other girl I know on this other team, and they are doing they chose like Monday mornings, and it was a very early, like 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. workout, but they did a Zoom call, and they all did this like early morning workout, and they all like, I don't know if that sounds horrible, but they all got on, and they really have been like consistently doing it, and it just like really became like a routine, just like these calls are. I mean, like they got on and they work out together, and they kind of just choose like different programs, different workouts, like every week they've done like all different programs. But I'm like, that's pretty cool, and that kind of like really connects people as a team. I feel like if they're all getting up that early, like logging into Zoom and doing a workout like that, I don't know.
I'd be down for it. I mean, I'm
doesn't have to be at 5:30 a.m.
No, 5:30 is fine. It's just not every day that I do one, but I do, and I would like to be held accountable to it. So again, I'm open to the option, and post both of your ideas, maybe separately on the team page, and let's see what everyone else that wants to commit to it. But I love the idea, Star. I think it's great.
I mean, not every day, but they do like every Monday, you know. Like
every Monday. I like that. I like that because you start out your Monday right. And honestly, Mondays, I really need to do my workout at 5:30 a.m. So I'm down for it. Let's do it.
but I'm horrible about getting up in the morning, so this is
Well, you have all those kids in your bed. I don't know how you do it, Star. They're so cute, but I wouldn't be able to do it.
right now, of course.
I know. Anyone else want to add anything really quick?
I just wanted to share one thing that that might be a good idea for some of you. For the new program, Hammer and Chisel, I am doing a hybrid of Body Beast and 21 Day Fix Extreme. And I know if you don't have the programs, it's kind of hard to do, but I want to have good before and afters to hopefully show people what this program could potentially do for them. So it's just an idea when something new comes out, even if it's slightly different, if you can mimic it somehow. You know, I don't know, like if you can find someone who has Body Beast or maybe find it cheap or order it yourself. It's not that expensive, but you know, it's still, you don't want to order it just to order it. But just an idea, and I'm going to follow the nutrition plan so that when that comes out, I can be like, well, I did this and these were my results, because those a lot of times speak for themselves. And with it coming out in December, it's going to be the go-to January group, I think, for people. So just an idea. But I'll happily share my results so any of you can use them. It's someone you know, so you can say, well, my friend might, you know, had these results. So.
Right. And you guys, even if you can't do a hybrid, I know most every single person on this call has 21 Day Fix, whether it's the original or the extreme. Start that over. You need a before and after, and I don't care if you've done 5 rounds of it. Find that before picture that you took 6 months ago and you never truly completed it. And use that picture and, you know, just kind of put it together. But I think, again, that goes back to the National Wake Up Call, being proof of the product, and that just speaking for itself. And I really believe that about this business. And that's why I'm drawn to this business, is because I don't ever feel like I'm selling to someone. I'm literally sharing with them. I had a conversation with a mom via Facebook the other day, and she's a nursing mom, and she was concerned. Here's how it went. She wasn't really interested in Shakeology because she is nursing. She has heard of it. That was kind of, you know, that was the end of the conversation. And then the conversation continued on. I said, well, what are your goals? What are you hoping to accomplish? And she said, well, I'm really exhausted. I'm tired all the time. And that gave me an opportunity from a personal standpoint to share with her, I know you're concerned about Shakeology because you're nursing. However, I've had 6 different customers drink Shakeology and nurse with no concerns, but the main reason I bring it up is you told me that you don't have a lot of energy and that you're just struggling. And the number one thing that I noticed for me personally with Shakeology when I was a new mom with my second baby is that I didn't have any energy, and Shakeology gave me this like boost that I was just floored by and totally blown away with. So it gave me, my point was, it gave me that personal connection to talk with her. And the conversation started with, I'm not interested in Shakeology, I'm nursing, to, yeah, I'd like to try a couple samples. Can you drop those off? I mean, that's how the conversation ended. And it wasn't because I was selling her something. It was just, quite frankly, proof of the product and how that experience worked for me. So that another reason goes back to why you want to attract people that are like-minded, that you can share personal experiences that would probably relate to them. So anyone else want to add anything really quick? I think that's all I got. We're down to 2 minutes. I know Todd probably started his call, but do you guys have anything or quick questions that you have before we stop?
I can tell you, so I have a coach who, she signed up with someone else, Lauren and I were talking about this, and she wants to switch to our team and work under me, but there's the whole 6-month rule. She did call Beachbody today, and they said, yes, they typically say you have to quit for 6 months, but they said sometimes if you send a compelling email and tell them why you want to switch, like she just doesn't fit with her team, that they may make an exception. So she's going to try that and see if they'll let her do it. So just a heads up for the future.
That's really cool. I mean, because that probably helps people too that may have someone that signed them up, and then they're not even an active coach, and it puts them in a disadvantage. So that's really interesting and good to know. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Hopefully you'll get her to switch over.
I have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead.
Body Beast, I don't know anything about, and I just had like one of my leads I reached out to, and they got back to me, and they bought Body Beast, the husband and wife, and the wife's nervous about doing it because she can't even do a push-up. Like that's kind of like all I know at this point. Can someone give me a quick rundown of a few pointers about Body Beast?
Laura, one thing I would point out if she is totally scared and can't do Body Beast, a really key point is if they bought the challenge pack, they get on demand for free for 30 days. So she could go in and get Shailene Extreme. If she's a complete new beginner, there's other programs that are in the library that she can do while her husband's doing Body Beast that would still be a weightlifting program. I've done Body Beast, and it's hardcore weights and stuff. I've never really seen him do a lot of modifications. So Nicole, have you noticed that yet? I haven't really seen modifications.
No, I haven't done enough of it, but I also think to just tell her to start light and modify. I mean, there's someone that's not, he really doesn't have a per se. I think it's just lighter weights. But tell her to try it, and she'll be surprised. Tell her to stick with it for a little bit.
Okay. In worst case scenario, I really would push the 30-day free trial on demand, because on demand is such a valuable resource anyways, that's something that they should kind of stick with and keep. And maybe she can even sign up on her own since
Absolutely.
back together, and she can do it for free by herself for 30 days and really pick another program. Shailene Extreme that I've seen has been, I know it's a really old program, but I've heard for women, it's one that they really excel at and they really like when it comes to lifting and doing different workouts. So that one's in the list. All right, ladies, we're down to a minute. It's going to cut us off. That's all I got. Anything else you want to add, please post on our team page. I like Monday morning warriors, or we'll think of some idea, drag our butts out of bed and do a Zoom call workout.